Hey, what's up? It's Rob, and this week I wanted to share with you something that I've been learning this past week with a friend of mine. Fair warning, this has everything to do with Jesus, and this is going to be a spiritually driven message, right? Video, but it also has everything to do with the regular human being, right? Just pure, raw human nature. That's because we're all human, and that's who Jesus is to me. He's a person. Anyways, my point is, I've been studying the story about Jesus walking on water. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that. The miracle of Jesus walking on water is incredible. Now, not only is the fact that he walked on water, it tells in Matthew, Mark, and John, right? In those three gospels, not all four of them, but it tells in those stories that Jesus literally walked on water to the disciples while they're in the boat, right? But in Matthew, Peter actually walked on water, right? And Peter's not divine. Jesus is. Peter is a mere human, but it says that he literally walked on water. But the story goes that it was really windy, and the disciples were rowing really, really hard, and they got so tired. And then really early in the morning, maybe between 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., they were sitting out there like a dead duck on the boat. And then Jesus starts walking towards them, right? Because he was up at the mountain praying, and then he made his way. They were supposed to be to their destination at that time, but they weren't, because it was so windy and stormy, and the waves were super huge. So Jesus walked out to him, and because it was still dawn, like it was super dark, they saw this thing walking, and they freaked out, right? They freaked out because they thought it was a ghost. So Jesus walks on the water towards them, right? And then in the book of Mark, it says he wanted to pass them by. And as he got closer, they freaked out. One, they were tired, right? Because their arms are sore because they were rowing against the winds and the waves, crazy. And as he was walking by, they freaked out and were like, oh my God, what is that? They were panicked, right? But what was cool is he turned to them and he said, take courage, it is I. But before he said it, the author described Jesus as taking an immediate action as soon as he knew their panic, right? And then the moment Jesus sensed their panic, he spoke to them immediately, and he said, take courage, it is I. And what happened was their disposition of panic and fear immediately changed to become one of peace, calm, and serenity. And that really tripped me out, because that tells me a lot about Jesus' personality, his character, and who he is, right? Whenever we're in this turbulent time and we're trying to get to our goal or destination, and then life happens and it gets so crazy, Jesus can immediately sense that, come to our rescue, and then speak a word that's going to turn my panic into peace, right? So for those of you that are non-spiritual or maybe non-Christian, non-believers of Christianity proper, I believe this thing, and I want to share with you that whenever you're down or experience some kind of heartache or some kind of panic, allow the Spirit of God that lives, the same one that rose Jesus from the dead, allow that Spirit of God that lives to give you peace. And then for those of you that are Christian, take this story as a way to encourage you to know that this is Jesus's character, right? This is who he is as a person, is he quickly comes to give us peace during our times of panic and pain, right? And then when you back up in the story of Matthew, they freak out. They're like, oh my God, that's a ghost. Jesus says, calm down, it's fine. Peace comes over them. And then Peter gets bold, and he's like, if it's you, then let me come to you. And Jesus says, all right, come on, right? So not only does he give us peace, he gives us a little bit of power through that faith, as we see displayed in Peter, because he took off. Then he had the power of walking on water, and it wasn't until his eyes that were fixed on Jesus disconnected that he fell and started to drown, right? But as soon as his eyes fixated on Jesus, he received that supernatural whatever to walk on water and have that faith. So at any rate, I appreciate you watching this. This is an encouragement to you, because it's an encouragement to me and my friend, that Jesus is the type of friend that can give me the sense of wholeness and assurance when I feel stressed out or down or heartbroken or even panicked, right? Because that's who he is. He turns my panic into peace because he just does that. At any rate, God bless you. Thanks for watching. It's Rob.